And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, following 2 Arc. Why not? They've been putting up, playing some good Heroes of the Storm. Why not keep watching them? And up against ASU's Heroes of the Dorm team. So maybe a little bit of a preview into Heroes of the Dorm, seeing what strategies they bring out here. No surprise as far as the draft goes. It's going to be Zool banned out, Falstad banned out for ASU, and then Li Ming picked up for them. The Battleground, once again, Cursed Hollow.
Yep, no surprise with Li Ming there. I mean, we saw the power of her last map just snowballs so heavily once you get just a single takedown. 2 Arc with their first two pickups, we've been seeing them put a little bit of priority into Muradin. Really liking that hero. And, as for damages, there's just great maps for almost every hero that you see frequently. We did
Yeah.
recently get to see the nerfs to Zagara, where this used to be one of her best maps. The vision that you
Yeah.
get from creep, as well as just the ability to use Maul to take points. But with her recent nerf, we haven't even seen her today.
Yeah. Not only, I mean, the big ones were her nerf on Hydralisk, because the huge one was the cooldown increase on her Maw. That just, I mean, really hurt her mid game and team fight capability big time. And we haven't seen her since, pretty much throughout the course of the day. Greymane Rhaegar, first picks here for 2 Arc. So we've seen the Thrall War Chief being picked up here fairly consistency. 2 Arc though putting a little bit more priority onto the Greymane than the Thrall. And Greymane isn't a full, complete 100% melee assassin. He's an interesting hybrid of the two, which is one of the reasons why I love watching him in play here. But nonetheless, he still utilizes that lightning shield fairly well.
Well, Zagara being hovered here by ASU. Just talking about how the nerfs definitely affect her, making her less of a threat in lane, and then of course the nerf to Ma as well. I don't remember what time they set it to. They added like 30 seconds to it, I believe, which
It's
is
it's a total of 120 seconds now.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
significantly longer. And a lot of people like to compare the value that Ma has to Void Prism, how they're very similar heroics. Well, Void Prism's even a shorter cooldown than Devouring Maw now.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a really interesting bot. Zagara's in. We're gonna be seeing that ETC there. No current interrupts on the end of 2 Arc for dealing with that mosh pit.
That's something they're really gonna have to put some priority on here. Maybe a Murden. They've played Murden. LZ Gamer plays a pretty good Murden so far. Wouldn't be surprised if to see them pick that up here in response to that ETC. As far as bans go here, what could they ban out if they want to get rid of? There's obviously Lunara, who we haven't seen much of today. We've seen her banned once today. Haven't seen any play. If they don't want to deal with Zeratul, I mean, there's a couple options they have available here. Maybe target the healer support. That's something that ASU needs pretty bad here. Maybe the Kerosene, the Uther, or the Brightwing.
Well, they're thinking pretty hard on this ban. Um, I wouldn't mind an Uther ban here. ETC with the Divine Shield combo
Yeah.
can be pretty devastating with those mosh pits. It will be the Tassadar though.
Okay. Though I wanted to say not the Tassadar, because it's not like we saw like a Illidan or a Sonya or anything like that. But nonetheless, even without those two aforementioned hero, he's still very, very strong support. And his lane presence obviously very, very strong as well. ASU, they're looking to take out a hero themselves. They can maybe take on a Murden if they want to get rid of that, pretty much the go-to threat for ETC. But nope, they're getting rid of Abathur. Obviously, LZ Gamer, I mean, you can't blame him. The dude used to be a professional StarCraft 2 Zerg player. So ASU does not want to deal with the Abathur. I don't know if LZ Gamer is the Abathur player per se on the team, though. I've seen him play competitively before, but obviously this is a new roster. The roles are kind of shifted around.
Yeah, I don't know actually if LZ would be the Avatar player. Like you said, I've seen him play it a lot in the past, so more than likely probably. But so we're going to be going with Thrall. We got that double kind of divey style with the Greymane Thrall. Of course, the Murden pickup. We've seen 2 Arc really liking the Murden today, and it's no surprise to see it picked up here. ASU with their last two picks, they do need a support. And it will be that Uther. We talked about the Divine Shield
Yeah,
on top of the Mosh Pits. Just so strong,
it is.
and especially versus the Thrall Greymane. You're going to need with the Murden mixed in with the Rhaegar. I mean, those are four heroes, with Feral Charge, with a Feral Lunge, with the Dwarf Toss. You can have four heroes suddenly on top of your backline. So Cleanse going to be really great for that. Divine Shield really great for that. Uther just makes complete sense.
Yeah, love it what they're doing here. Oh, I think they're trolling. I'm gonna go with they're just trolling here, Jared. I don't think. I think they're just messing with us. I'm not gonna get our hopes up. I'm gonna say it's like a Lunara or a Vala or maybe someone along the lines of that. There we go. That's what we're thinking. Sonya as well. There's shifting all around. Obviously, Divine Shield works very well with Sonya as well, and obviously Sonya and Zagara we used to see picked up. We see picked up almost in the first stage of the ban. I know that's something that Niantic did quite often. They wanted to pick up that Sonya Zagara. Different Zagara, though. They're kind of taking their time here, and they are going to settle on that Zeratul. So they have a lot of control, a lot of displacement in the fights. You made the comparison of Void Prison and Ma. Well, you know what? Screw comparisons. Let's just take both of them.
Well, last pick here for 2-Arc. They could use another damage. They could use another warrior, potentially just for a little bit of extra dive. Really like the idea of Vala on this with this composition. It's a lot of raw damage, just to kind of whittle people down. It's great pokes for the tributes. So Vala would be a great pickup here. If you go Hungering Arrow build, you don't really have to worry about that Zeratul too much.
Yeah.
And with no good pseudo support available, you can't get the Tassadar. Toronto really doesn't fit this comp too well, but it will be the Jaina. Okay, so going for a little bit of extra burst. If they do end up catching Zag or Li-Ming out of position, very easy secured kills with this comp.
Yeah, and so that's where we're going to be getting into the lobby here, and it is taking shape. Again, this is still a best of one. This is the round of 3, the semifinals going in here, so whoever wins this is going to be moving on to the grand finals. The other teams duking it out right now as we speak are Pool, Plato Sim Tangos, and Ohio State Hots. So there's a possibility, Zoya, that we'll actually see 2 heroes of the dorm teams facing off in the finals here. But first, they got to get through their opponents in Pool, Plato Sim Tangos, and 2-Arc right now. So get into this lobby, get this game underway. As far as the draft goes here, do you feel like one team has a one-up over the other, or is it all just going to come down to execution?
It's mainly going to come to execution. I am a big fan of 2-Arc's comp here, but they have to secure a kill in their initial engage with the Sundering, with the Greymane and the Jaina burst. That's a long time between hard engages. They have to be able to punish, and it's going to be hard for them to do so versus that Uther. If all it takes is if Zeratul gets caught, they're trying to blow him up. They throw everything at him, and one Divine Shield just completely turns the fight. So it's all going to come down to that engage, whether 2-Arc's able to get value out of their hard burst, or if ASU shuts it down.
We're gonna see here, guys. I let him give him the go ahead for this right here to get this going underway here. Excuse me. So Zagara, we touched on her a little bit here. The big things were her Hydralisk. This isn't as big of a deal, but obviously it can be in the early game. It affected her lane presence. Her Zagara has less health, so we've seen the Thrall versus Zagara matchup is probably one of the most common 1v1 matchups that's been around for some time now, the better part of maybe a month or two. And Thrall, correct me if I'm wrong here, Zoe, Thrall's maybe had a little bit of an upper hand here in that matchup, and now I feel like if that wasn't the case before, it certainly is now. Thrall can just maybe chain lining down the Hydralisk auto attack it a couple times and just continue to be a bully in lane.
Yeah, Thrall definitely has the advantage in this matchup. It was very, very close before. I've got a lot of experience watching, Goku and KO, duke it out in that kind of matchup, just the only ones that's practice. And, Zagara had a slight advantage if played perfectly, but now with those nerfs, probably not the case anymore.
All right, guys, so we are all loaded up here as I do the hashtag production things. There we go. On the left side of your map is going to be a Heroes of the Dorm team. It is that Michael Woodall team, so obviously a lot of you guys are probably familiar with them. Shot as well. People who've been around in the competitive scene for a while, a.k.a. Face on Uther, Michael Woodall on Li-Ming, Snickers on ETC, Fam on the Zagara, Shot on Zeratul. And that is your Heroes of the Dorm team, ASU.
On the right-hand side of the map, the team we've been casting all day, it's going to be 2-Arc. Sunshine on Murden, Legend on Jaina, Frustrated on Rhaegar, Zequat going to be playing Greymane, and rounding out the team is going to be LZ Gamer on Thrall.
Gates are down. The game is underway. We see these teams, at least 2-Arc, going down to the mid lane. And we actually see ASU, maybe, I thought they were going to go aggressive on the watch point here, maybe try to find a rotate or anything like that. Not going to be the case. Li-Ming, looking at her level 1 talent, Michael Woodall switching it up here. It is that power-hungry build. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be a teleport build. The level 1 talents, there is a little bit of some options going on in there. But, so yeah, a little bit of a change-up here from what we've seen throughout the course of the day.
Level 1. Gonna say that the early game is gonna go over to 2-Arc. They've just got so much aggression, so much burst that if anyone gets caught opposition, and I love this lane split up here. The 3-lane push here from Legend, Frustrated, and Saquok. Best 3 heroes for that, and then the top lane, of course, it's gonna be Akaface, Michael Udall, and Shot. And when it comes to hard pushing, if they actually leave the Rhaegar, Jaina, and Greymane in bottom, I think they have the advantage siege-wise.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you there. And we're seeing that right now, the trades going in there. And right now, it's with one tower already down for ASU, they find themselves in a good position. 2Arc is going to be able to get up the tower in their bottom lane. Zagara trying to do what she can to fend this off. Grammy taking a little bit of damage. She's going to chain heal up. But yeah, we see that ASU pushing in a huge advantage here. Actually, almost able to take out the Fountain. Not quite able to do so. There it goes down right there. AK Face able to finish it off. So yeah, that was the Siege certainly favoring ASU right there.
Yeah, really good job from ASU and just showing, their skill as a player. I mean, Michael Udon Akaface both recently competed at the North American Regionals in Burbank. Shot, a lot of people said his team was one of the ones that were guaranteed to qualify. They just barely didn't make it. But Shot's been around for a while. Playing for Cognitive last year. Showing that the veteran status, at a high competitive level, is really pushing it.
And we see just pretty much back to business as usual. Both of these teams mirroring each other's actions, falling back to their Siege Ogre camps. ASU is a little bit quicker on their heels to pick it up here. The idea here, of course, ideally for one of these teams, is a Siege